Hey guys, it's Michelle with Michelle Creations. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. Today I wanted to share with you all the stuff I purchased at the Stamp Scrapbook Expo here in Orlando, Florida. We were the first location to have the kickoff for 2026 Stamp Scrapbook Expo, which I was very excited about. And so I kind of organized I'm a little crazy. I kind of organized all of the products that I purchased from each vendor, and then I also organized them by sections. I know, I'm a little nuts. Anyways, what I wanted to share with you in case you've never been to one is you do have an option just to purchase your admission tickets for the 2 days that they shop, Friday and Saturday. Each one, at least at our location, was, I believe, it's $13 each ticket. However, if you did purchase a class event for either Friday or Saturday, that admission ticket to shop was included in that class. So if you purchased a class for Friday with one of the vendors, that automatically gave you admission to shop on Friday. If you did not purchase one for Saturday, a class, then you would have to purchase a Saturday admission ticket for the shopping. So then you would pay the additional $13. So in my situation this year, I was not able to do the Friday shopping, and I did purchase a class for Saturday, which I'll share with you at the end. So I got the ticket to go shop for free. My class was until 2:30 in the afternoon, so I did have plenty of time to shop. The thing to know about Saturday, they have a Saturday spectacular ticket that when you get there, when they open at 9, you get one of these tickets and you basically cut off one of the ends and then place it inside one of the giveaways that the vendors provide to the Stamp Scrapbook Expo, and the lucky winner is announced usually at 1 p.m. You have to be present to claim the gift, but you know, if you're in a class and then you come back, that's fine. But if you end up leaving for the day and you did not be present for your number to be called and for you to pick it up, then you obviously, negate it. You don't get it. Anyways, so that's fun. This isn't on Friday. It's only on Saturday where they do the grand prize from the vendors. Along with the show guide that they give you, you do have options to obtain buttons. These buttons are free when you do certain tasks at the event. So I have 4. I believe you can get up to 5. So I returned because I've been going for many years now, so I get one of those. I played is for the Stamp and Scrapbook Mega Make and Take, I believe, on Thursday. I learned is because I purchased a class and then I shopped. You get this once you spend $150, and all you have to do is once you Friday or Saturday, once that showroom floor is open for shopping, even if you purchased on Thursday, this still counts. You just provide a copy of the receipts that equal $150 and they will give you a nice shop button. So here's the catch. When you have at least 4, you get this beautiful lanyard for free. Yep, that's right. So do not leave your buttons at home because I did that last year and I never got one because of that. They do tell you that in the show guide. So again, this is for Orlando. When you open it up, I think it's on the back. I do know that they have it somewhere on the site. But anyways, you open up the booklet. Is just 2 pages on their website. For Stamp and Scrapbook Expo, it's a little bit more elaborate because it's an online platform, but for the sense of keeping your costs down, you pretty much have the lay of the lands of your shopping. Every year they kind of change it up. For the past 2 years, it's been that the shopping is after the crop area. In the past, they used to do the shopping and then the crop area in the back. I don't know if there's a method to their madness of why they change it up, but I'm assuming it's a space layout, but it could be different at every location. There were a few vendors that I really missed this year. Creative Creations, Sassy Club, those are the 2 I usually shop from, and they weren't there this year, I'm sure, for scheduling conflicts. So you definitely want to see if your vendors are there that you usually shop at, whether you go to them directly online or you're just waiting patiently for when they arrive. So these are all the places that they had set up. It will tell you 2 different color coding. It does give you a key at the bottom that the green is going to be where you can do make and take projects, which they do have a list on the back. They do also have this on their website as well, so you don't have to worry about getting this ahead of time. I believe either a week or 2 weeks prior to, they have this updated. Some of them don't really tell you what you're doing, but they kind of give you the idea of cost. I did do 2 make and takes on Saturday, which I'll show you again at the end. And then they do give you the exhibitors on their website, so hopefully there's no glare there and you can jot them all down. You can also find this information on the Stamp and Scrapbook Expo website. And then the 2026 show schedule, it does give you all the locations. So believe it's this coming weekend. They're going to be in Texas, very short period of time for them to pack up and head out. And then come May, so they have a break in April. In May, they're in California, then they move to Washington. Then in June, they're in New Jersey and Virginia. July, they're in Georgia. August, they're in Illinois. September, they're in Arizona and Colorado. And then in October, they're back in California for 2 locations. So I'm grateful and fortunate that they have one in Orlando, but if they did not, I guess my next location would be Georgia. But I did think about that because I did see that Creative Creations was going there, but it's a 10-hour drive and I'm okay. I'm content. So with all that being explained already, we're going to dive right in. The only thing I'm going to mention briefly is that their giveaway or a freebie at the retreat was, or expo, was just this bag. In the past, they have given other things, but we all know the way the economy has been and tariffs and all that nonsense. It's dwindled down. So I think the past 2 years, they've just done the Stamplistic bag, which Stamplistic obviously is sponsoring this. I will say that you definitely need more than 1 bag. This is not going to be enough for you if you've never been to an expo before. I usually travel with 3 bags. I also will tell you that the food they have there is expensive. I'm not going to lie. I usually bring a sandwich, a bag of chips, a bottle of water, and I'll put that in my bag and just have it. I will also bring chocolate. I think that's important to bring whatever your favorite treat is because you will get winded and you need something of a pick-me-up. They don't allow coolers, but if you have a personal cooler, I'm assuming that's okay, assuming that you're carrying that with you. They do have a place where you can hold your bags. I don't know what fee that's for or if it's free. That I'm not 100% sure on because I've never done it myself, but I do know they have like a holding area. And then depending on how your venue is situated, it might be a hike to go to your car. So that's again another thing to think about and plan accordingly. I always suggest to bring someone with you that maybe not like to shop and they're just holding your bags and you can pay them in food and conversation. But you know, carrying all this stuff on your own, paper eventually weighs. I did have a chance to go to my car after lunch because I knew we were going to class and the class that we took didn't require any physical materials to take the class, which was a blessing. So that allowed to help me. Another thing I do want to note, because I didn't mention it, was the button I did not get, which was I created. Those would be the ones that have the icons on their little placement to get a button that says I created. So you don't see the I created here. Sorry, all these cat hairs are fluttering around my room. So that's the only one I didn't get. The 2 locations I did my make and take at, which was Be Creative and Stamplistic, didn't have a button, so we didn't receive that. So, all right, let me clear off my table and get started. All right, so the first place we're gonna venture to is Be Creative. I did purchase a few things from them in regards to the Thursday Mega Make and Take because they were at the venue, as well as during my Saturday shopping. So what I picked up from them were all these fun goodies. I will try to remember what they had, but again, things can change from location to location. So just note that sometimes you might have different product that I did not have, or vice versa, because as the year progresses, you know, new product comes out and I'm sure they're updating their inventory. So they did have, I will show you what those items are. They did have a portion on the table that was a $3 item thing. They had this make a decision for $3. So I picked this up because I really thought it would be good for junk journaling, and it's just like a notepad. And then they had this jar of buttons, again for $3. Obviously it screamed Disney to me, and I believe it says here so mousy, so I assume so. So you never have too many buttons, so I got those were also $3. Then they did have certain sections of their product be purchase one at regular price and get 50% off on a second item. And they had some Tim Holtz Stampers Anonymous stamps. Now I didn't have either of these, and that's why I kind of pivoted to that, because you know they are pricey. It's like $26 a piece. So I really was hunting for this one, so I got this one. And then I don't have any of the snarky cats, so I got this one as well. I do probably have them in the polymer stamp version, not the rubber stamp. So these were the two that I picked up. Actually, those were the only two I picked up from Stampers Anonymous. The other things that I picked up from their booth, they had the Sizzix 49 Market collaboration. I believe this was Vicky Booten, if I'm not mistaken, that collaborated with this. They did have a promo in their booth, 30% off, which I thought was a good deal. And they did have another SKU, but I hesitated, so don't do this. I hesitated and I walked away, went to some more booths, and when I came back, that SKU was gone. It was sold out. And I'm like, okay, but I really want this one too. So I did pick up this one for 30% off of $30. So I'm very happy about that. And then they had these fun Crafter's Companion SKUs, and these were $5 a piece. I even asked the lady to make sure before I put them in my cart. They usually have little tiny carts there, or totes or whatever you refer to them, so that you can buy more stuff. So they had this Western collection with a cowboy boot, a horseshoe, and a hat. And I only got it because this was the only SKU that they had, was because I also picked up the Western collection paper, which I'll show you next. So that is why I got this one. And again, for $5, I was like, that's a crazy. Then they also had Crafter's Companion Vintage Carnival. Now again, these were each $5. I was just crazy. So they have a popcorn that you can make a 3D treat box. They had a Ferris wheel. Now these are metal cutting dies. They also had their alphabet, which we can never have too many of them, right? And then they had this Ticket Fun stamp and die. So this was actually what called my attention first. And then I realized they were all $5 each. And I was like, that's crazy. So I can't wait to have fun with this one as well, to make tickets. I have tons of ticket options, but you know, they're carnival themed. So the fact that the stamps and the dies were in this one SKU was perfection. Then the two other items I purchased from Be Creative were the Crafter's Companion paper. So this one is Vintage Carnival, and I didn't prep for my options here. And I know this is going to be a long video, so hopefully you guys are still with me to the end, because we do have 12 vendors that I wanted to share with you. I had thought about separating them, but I'm impatient. I'm assuming you guys are too. And I'm not gonna let you guys be waiting another 2 more days to see the rest of the stuff, because I get excited when other people show what they bought, and especially if I'm approaching the same venue. So this one again is Vintage Carnival by Crafter's Companion. This was $17. I don't know if that was a good deal or not. I usually don't buy Crafter's Companion, so I'm hoping it was, and I didn't check beforehand. But they are double-sided paper. They are pretty thick. I would probably say 85 pounds, if anything. And I just love the muted carnival color scheme. It's not too bold. It's not too much in your face. And I just really liked it. So I got this one, and I'm just going to go through it quickly. It looks like you get 2 pages of each pattern. And it's like you want to say step right up, step right up. Anyways, so that's the Vintage Carnival. And then they had a Western collection. Again, this was $17 too. They did, I think, have another paper collection, but I did not grab that one. Actually, I grabbed this one the day of the Mega Make and Take, and I grabbed the Carnival one the day of the shopping because I didn't know if I really needed it until I saw the $5 deals. So here we go with this one. So I do think you get multiples. Yeah, you get 3 of each pattern, still double-sided. And I just loved the vintage concept of this Western feel. I felt like I have a few books I want to alter, and this would be perfect to include in there. And then these patterns for the quilts are just so pretty. So that is this one. And if you've never seen this, now you have an idea if this is something you want to add to your wish list. I really like this one too with the flowers. And I believe that's it. Yeah, so that's it. So that's everything from Be Creative. So I'll just try to move some of this off as we move along because I have a rotation here. The next place I went to is Tall Mouse. Now they have, and always had from my understanding for the many years I've gone, really good deals depending on what you're looking for. They really have a little bit of everything. And so what I picked up was these items. If you spend $25 or more in their shop, you get this cute little free bag. And they had an option of last year's or this year's, and I already had last year's because of course I spent $25 there. So I got this one for this year. If you wanted to visit them on their website, that is their website right there as well. Again, it's on their Stamp and Scrapbook website too, but I just think, you know, we always need to have more bags because why not? So I got that bag. Then they had these fun random letters for $2 a piece. I honestly don't know how many are in here. I don't know if maybe there's 26, but I got 2 packs because you never know when you need a random letter. And I just like the different sizing of them. They had like a whole bucket full of them, and I just picked out these 2 because I saw this one, it was more thin and this was more wide. So I'll have some fun with them. So again, just random letters. Trying to find a place for all of these. And then they had a promo for their metal dies, and you can mix and match. It was buy 5 get 1 for free. Obviously the cheaper option would be the free purchase, but then they do have a section in the front of their booth that have the blue like this that I believe are $6.25 a die. And so they're pre-packaged, and that's usually where I go to. I've gotten in the past the Disney ones that they sell, and those are usually between $10 and up. So it just depends on what you're looking for to scrapbook or use in the sense of paper crafts. They do have a ton of nested dies in all different shapes and sizes. So if that's something that you're looking for too, you definitely want to check them out. So this one I picked up was teapots and teacups. And I thought it was really cute. I don't have anything of this size, and so that's why I got that one. Dragonflies, I have that big giant Sizzix one, so I was like, oh, I want to get smaller ones to kind of go with it. Then this one was super cute. It was a little scene. You do have your little camper here that would go in this place, and then you have all of this together. So I will see how this one turns out. I don't know if that's a jellyfish in the sky. I just noticed that. I'm kind of curious to see how that would come out. Kitty cats. Where can I go wrong? So now you have the backs of the kitty cats, which I thought was super cute. You could definitely put this on a card or as a tuck spot or something of that nature. And then you have one with a little heart on it. So fun. Then we found, I found kitty cats that are the front facing kitty cats. So they can look like a pocket overhand. So I got these 2 that came with that one. And then the last one I picked up was this bingo card. I don't know if I have a die. I do know I have a stamp in this size. So it would be kind of interesting if that is the same design with the numbers. I'm not sure yet. I got to go check my stash. But I thought, why not? We always want bingo cards, right? Our obsession with bingo cards. Then they had these cute little Disney keys. I believe these were $1 a piece. They are metal. They do have designs. I know I have already some of these, but you know, I only see these people once a year, so I got more for my stash. So I got these different designs. They had, as you can see, the same design in the brass and the silver, and then again the same similar design, or it's the same design in the brass and the silver. So for $4, I got those four, and that was everything I got from Tall Mouse. So like I said, you know, some places you know what you're looking for and it's like yes, and some places you're like, oh my god, I have everything already. I don't need any more. All right, so now we're gonna go up to Stamplistic. So at Stamplistic, they do have multiple companies that are affiliated with them. Art anthropology, more mixed media, more what do you call it, molds and stuff like that. And then they have spellbinders. So we all know what spellbinders is, more metal dies, and embossing folders and stuff like that. So they definitely had a wide range of stuff, but I didn't get any of that. I'm gonna show you what I got. So I got all this fun stuff you see in front of you and you're like, Michelle, you don't need any more Tim Holtz. And I'm gonna answer you, of course I don't, but it was 50% off, and so why not? So Stamplistic does do the Mega Make and Take event on Thursdays, and I don't know what it is, but maybe they're just trying to clear out their inventory as much as possible, but this is the third year in a row. I laugh because I'm laughing at myself. This is the third year in a row that they still have stuff of Tim Holtz available. Now, it really is dependent on if you're familiar with their stuff, if you like their stuff, if you're going to use their stuff, if you're interested in it. I get that. So I'm just going to briefly show you all the stuff I purchased. So I got more of this ruler ribbon. You definitely have like a swatch here so you can kind of feel it's you know, real material. Paid $2.50 for this one. This one is index clips. I paid $2.59 for these. You get 24 pieces, so that's fun. I got the stitch scraps. You get 14 pieces from here for $4.79. Then I got another set of the keyholes. This is the large one, so you get 3 of them. They're metal. I paid $4.99. Then I got another set of washi. I do have these, but I need to start using my washi more, and I definitely want to have these on hand because they don't sell them or manufacture them anymore. So this is design tape. You do get 4 rolls, and I did pay $3.99. Then I'll just show you the other one. These are another set of washi tape. I paid $5.99 for them, but you can kind of see the concept of the design option on there, hopefully. And then it does tell you it's design tape. I don't know if there's a specific... I know you just want to look for the one that's silver because I think they have one that's a gold one. These here are countdown brads. I already have a pack, but why not get another pack? You never know when you need another number. You get 31 brads in here, and I paid $3.95 for those. These are the measurements. These are metal measurement rulers, I guess. They're not really rulers, but they're measurements. They are metal, like I mentioned, and I paid $4.79. Here are philosophy tags. So I really like this. You could definitely use your crayons on them to give them more of a colorful feel if you wanted to grunge them up a bit. I paid $3.59 for these. Then they had journal cards. They had a ton of these. I only got 1 pack. I'm like, Michelle, you definitely need to just get one of everything. I did pay $6 for these, but you can obviously see you definitely get 100 of them. So you get 25 of each section. So to me, that's a good deal. So I got those. Then they had collage frames. I've never seen this. I only got 1 of them. They did have a few in their pile. I paid $3.50, and you get 4 of these frames. So I thought this would be kind of cool to put on a front cover of a junk journal. So that might be where these end up. And then the last Tim Holtz product that I picked up was this travel folio, which I believe I have 1 of these already, but I'm glad I found another one, and this was $6.50. So it's basically a junk journal or a traveler's notebook kind of concept, and then you just add your pages how you want to create from it. All right, so the Spellbinders item I picked up from Stamplistic was this one. I'm not sure when this came out, but it's so freaking adorable. So you get 2 different rub-ons. Of course, they're Mickey and Minnie, and it was $5.80. These were no promo. Not every vendor is going to give a discount, so that's just something you need to be aware of. Then I acquired these Ciao Bella paper junk journal and ephemera books. I know A Cherry on Top now sells these, and I was unaware of that at the time, and maybe I was unfamiliar with what they were. So I'm going to open some of them up. Actually, I'm just going to open all 3 of them up to show you what they are, because in case you are like me and was like, what are those? You know what to look for now. I did not see these 3 titles on A Cherry on Top's website. I'm not sure if anyone else out there sells them. I'm not sure if Stamplistic still has them on their website. They were asking $14 for these. I only am telling you pricing and to check, because I was not aware of price points, and they are imported. So that's probably where the pricing comes into play. But A Cherry on Top has them for like $12 and change. So again, just food for thought, however you want to interpret that. This one is Wizard Academy. Again, it's, to me, it's like Harry Potter infused. And I don't need to keep these in these anymore, so we're just gonna open them and just fan through them. So pretty much it tells you what you get here. You get cut and create 160 images to work with. Now the only downside to these books is that they are double-sided. You have to pick and choose which one you want to work with. So the front cover, you have all these cut aparts. This one, you have like a washi tape sticker concept, but you have to fussy cut them. They're not cut. They're not a kiss cut. So you definitely have to fussy cut these out. So it's something you have to think about. Then you have pages in here. So on this one, you have a fussy cut design concept that you can work around. However, on the back is a beautiful thing. So to me, I feel like you need 2 books, because I don't want to ruin this, but I have to if I want these. So I guess you have to copy this one, use this one, and then use your copy cutout kind of concept. So to me, that's the only negative aspect to these books, but other than that, I just think it's beautiful. I'm just gonna fan through it. Here is another washi tape fussy cut option. So you have Wizard Daily News, and then you go again with the back to be your background, and then the other side to be your cut apart. And that's pretty much how it is throughout the entire book. You have another washi tape concept, and again, your backs being your layout page. Yeah, I just don't think someone thought this through. But I think it's a cool book, don't get me wrong. There's another washi tape option, and then these are again all of the concepts. So I mean, the illustration is just gorgeous. Then on the back you have an opening. I don't even think it will fit in the screen. You have like a trifold opening, and these again are fussy cut out. You have pockets, you have I guess you can create like a lantern style. You have another thing to create a folder, but then when you turn it over, this could be used for your actual book, but you can't because of what you have to fussy cut out. So you see kind of where my mind is like, huh? So anyways, maybe I'm wrong completely. Maybe I gotta look into how the company uses the product, but I'm just giving you my 2 cents on that. So that was the Wizard one. Here is the Fairy Whispers. I only got to show you because they're just so pretty. And again, if you're looking for something like this, maybe you're not going to use it entirely. So the back, you have this portion that you can use as a book cover, or you can fussy cut out all of these imageries and make something out of it. And then if we fan through it, you have again the same kind of concept, washi tape with the backgrounds and the cut aparts. So you can definitely see you have gnomes, you have fairies, you have foliage, deer, little bunnies carrying a backpack, acorns, little mice. Then you have washi tape again, backgrounds. So it's just so beautiful. Like, the illustrator and the person designing this is just amazing. breathtaking, really. So, I mean, to me, I'm gonna just go real fast so you can kind of see. You have another washi tape option, another washi tape, and there was stuff in between, but it went so fast. Went so fast. And then you have this again on the back of the front cover. And then this is the Neverland. Now, I got this for $14. There was two. And not realizing what it entails, I should have gone back for the second one. Because, yeah. I think they actually have this one on a cherry on top. So I might. So here is the back. Let's start from the back. And then here are all, oh gosh, look at her. Look how pretty she is. She's gorgeous. All right, so here is all of the backing that you can cut apart. You have the map, you have the London Tower. I mean, the clock, which I don't think that's Big Ben. I think it's something else because I learned that lesson when I was there. No, that is Big Ben. Anyways, so here we have all the different imagery. You have the Lost Boys, you have the captain. I want to say that's Wendy because the way that Peter is kissing her. But Tinkerbell. So it's just, you know, the way they capture the beauty behind it. It's just, it's pretty. It doesn't give me, oh, look, the alligator. Oh, look at that. It's gorgeous. Anyways, we can be here forever to look at this stuff, but you have more of the washi tape, you have all the imagery, and I love how the color scheme kind of graduates to different things. And then you have this one at the end, which is really the beginning. All right, so that was everything that I got from Stamplistic. And then we are gonna move our way down here. So the next one I purchased from was Stamp Anything. Now they had a class that I wanted to take, but I was unable to do it because on Friday. But I wanted to see if I was able to, you know, purchase the kit on its own, and I signed up for notifications of if they decide to do another run of the kit, then I'll be notified. So hopefully the owner decides to do that because that Mickey Mouse album kit was so cute. So they had a table of $2 metal dies and then their product that they were selling. I kind of went in there first, wasn't sure what I wanted, walked around, then I came back before I left, and then I bought a few things. So the first thing I picked up, which actually caught my attention, was Girl Power. It's kind of like Powerpuff Girl style, and that's what I gravitated to. So you have the Girl Power in their font style, and then you have the two different offsets to kind of give it that concept of Powerpuff Girls. So I got this one because that was only $2, and then everything else was regular price. I don't remember the price points, but they had this one that was a London Sky stencil, which I thought was, oh my god, perfect, because I do have Echo Park paper that's Peter Pan. Now I got the Neverland from that Ciao Bella stuff, so I was like, oh, this is even great. So I want to say it was like $7. Oh no, it was $9.50. So I got this one. Then they had a Toothless How to Train a Dragon collection. So I kind of went a little nuts. I got the Dragon in the Sky stencil. So you see Toothless flying around, and this one was $7. That's why I thought that one was $7. So this was $7. And then their stamp and metal dies, I believe they were $26 each. I could be wrong. But I was contemplating if I just wanted the stamp set, but when I noticed that the dies had the little tiny dragons, my bad, dragons, that they had the little tiny dragons as an option, I got both because I knew I could fussy cut around these or use my scan and cut, but I felt like it was too intricate. So I said, why not? I'm just gonna splurge. So I can't wait to play with these. So again, this was the stamp set, and then this is the die set that goes with it. So that's everything that I picked up from Stamp Anything. Now you can check out the website. They have other stuff that is available. I have some of the other stuff from Sassy Club, and I was like, I like keeping my retro genre together. Okay, so after Stamp Anything, I did visit Tessler Crafts. Tessler Crafts was also part of the Mega Make and Take, so I bought a few things from them during that event, along with 1 or 2 items from the shopping event, and I went a little nuts. So their Ciao Bella paper books were $18. So here's what I'm explaining. I was unaware of the price point when I visited their booth on Thursday, and they were the only vendor there that night that had these. So I had no idea Stamplistic had them because that was only available during the shopping event. So remember, as I mentioned in my Monday's video, that some of these vendors only bring out a select number of product that they want to sell. You're not getting everything on Thursday from their booth, so just again keep that in mind. So anyways, Tessler Crafts had other of these books, but I found these two, The Last Mystery and Cabinet of Curiosities, and they were the last ones on her table, and I didn't want to risk them. I didn't even check online if anyone had them, and so I paid the $18. So this is how I came across what they were, and then when I was showing my friend later that night, then is when I found out that they had them at a cherry on top. So anyways, this one is the Cabinet of Curiosities. And then you have the same kind of concept. You have the background paper, and then you have the part that you fussy cut out, and you got washi tape throughout. So if this is something that you jive with, this is something you might want to look out to. And I know it went really fast, so I'm really sorry. But you can kind of get a concept. They just, once they get to that, so pretty. So that's Cabinet of Curiosities. And then this one is The Last Mystery. She just grabbed my attention. Again, you have this on the inside, and then you have all of the fussy cut options there. What drew me in were these fingerprints. Again, you have to fussy cut them, but still, it's kind of neat and fun. So we have all of this as well. And again, you have to fussy cut all of this out. And then you just have all these options. You have all of the things to go with. You have just a variety of different things. Here's another washi tape option that you would have to fussy cut out. You have a coat, all the stuff you need to create a thing. So that's that one. And then she had paper. Now, I didn't see this paper on anyone else's options, so again, it's imported. I don't know if these prices are great. She didn't have any deals at her booth because, like I mentioned, not every vendor needs to do that. It's their choice. So this one is Signs of the Times. This was $11. I'm not going to open up every pack. I'm just going to kind of brush through them. I mean, I want to. Should we? Should we? Let's see if it's easy. Let's do it that way. If it's not easy, then we won't. Okay. So this one is Signs of the Times, because I've never seen any of this. Oh, it's double-sided. All right, so it's double-sided. Ooh, we got bones. And you got that on one side. Ooh, I like the astronaut. So you got 4x4 sheets. And then here you have like botanical stuff, grid line, science. These are all little pieces you can fussy cut out, or you can keep it as such. Crinkled paper. Okay, I'm done with that. I will accept what I purchased. All right, so the next one here is Wizard Academy. So when I purchased this first before I knew about Stamplistic, so it was kind of like serendipity that I was able to find that. This is $18 for this pack, but they did have a second pack for $13. So I guess it's like an accompanied assortment of paper. And do I have an opening? Wow, this tape is very sticky. It doesn't want to come up. Okay. So we'll just go real quick. So we have this side, Again, wizard concept. We have all the envelopes with the keys, crows, worn wallpaper, little toad. Oh, that's cool with the envelope on the other side. And then you have this here. You have the castle, Hogwarts. And then you have the botany options. And then you have cut apart pieces. You have books, the library. Looks like it was glitter, but it's not. Worn wallpaper, and then you have the backing. All right, so that one is the $18 one, and then this one is the $13 option. And let's see what this one has anything similar. I would just cut it, but then how am I gonna put it back in it after I'm done with sharing it with you guys? All right, so this one, let's check it out. Is it double-sided too? It is, and it's different so far, so I'm liking that. I was a little afraid if they were going to be the same. This one looks like a similar paper to the other one. This looks like the apothecary. I like that one. Ooh, this one's different. I like this, like Diagonal Alley. Have you seen this wizard? Oh my god, this is a map! That's so cool! Alright. More tickets and stuff, and then this is the last page. Okay, I'm done with that. Obviously, you're getting less paper in the $13 version. This one's called Enigma. It kind of gave me the vibes of the Mystery Girl. This one is $18, so it's more paper in the package. And a lot of these at her table, she only had one of, so it was hard to figure out, do you leave it or do you take it? So that was like a part of the mystery of what to do. And you had more people coming and you're like, you didn't want to do it. Top secret. So we have confidential, top secret, with a woman there. All those Morse codes is what it looks like. Then we have all these different SKUs. It kind of looks like you can do, like this could be one side and this could be a break. You have another woman who's doing a detective. You have camera, grid maps. I really like this. And you have cut aparts. Those are big cut aparts. My mom had one of these lamps. She used to always have it on her desk when I was younger. Here's another cluster of stuff. Green on the other side, more cut aparts. All right, East London Observer. All right, so that was the $18 one for Enigma. Then she had a Pinocchio one. I've never seen Pinocchio in paper form. I don't even think I have anything for Pinocchio, but now I can if I wanted to. So this was $11. So again, I only found one, and so I grabbed it because I was, oh my god, I can't do this anymore. Because I was curious. We're just gonna cut. We're just gonna cut. And I'm glad that I'm doing this with you guys. All right, so here's the front page, and the back has this. All right. You can vibe with that. And then we have all the, I guess, symbols or characters that are the puppets. And then you have that. And then you have Pinocchio and the puppeteer. And you have the whale, the ocean, dots, and a basic background page, green background page, alphabets, and then a red background page. And then you have this one. So, I mean, for $11, I'm okay with it because you have some of the components of the storyline that you can intertwine with a book if you wanted to. All right, so I have three more. This one here is Cabinet of Curiosities, which was $18, and this goes with the one I picked up from Stamplistic, which again was like, oh my gosh, I have the paper now to go with it. So maybe I don't have to worry about cutting apart and losing the background. So I'm hoping that's probably the process. So here we have, again, the background of the front page. We have all of this fun apothecary stuff. Worn wallpaper on the other side. Life is so short. Forgetting is so long. More cut aparts. And you have that. More cut aparts. And then you have this side. You have, what, 2x2s? No, 2x4s. And then a green background. And then you have seashells. And then a different background. I want to say a cluster of icons. And then like worn wallpaper. You have 4x6 cut aparts. And then that Curiosities cabinet. And then this side, this one's pretty. All of the different items that you're using to curate. This one's cool too. That one's neat. And then this one's on the back. So definitely a lot to work with. So if you didn't have the book that I purchased, then you know you could definitely have the cut aparts there. Then these were the 2 packs that I picked up during the show, during the shopping day on Saturday. I love Paper Rose. And again, it's another import option. So I definitely was torn as to what to do. These were $18 a pack as well. I don't know. I felt like, you know, this was actually my last purchase while I was there. So this one's called Strawberry Friends E, and it's made in Australia from Paper Rose. I don't know. Are they all the same paper? Oh my god, they're all the same paper. Well, that's just fun, I guess. I didn't realize that. All right, so they're all the same paper. So we have these cute little mice holding the strawberries in a cute little strawberry outfit, and then you have the strawberry field on the back. So I'm not gonna bore you. That is all that's in here. I'm glad I didn't buy multiple packs because I would have been really upset. But I definitely have a lot of paper now to play with. That's all I'm going to say on that. This one's Fairy Tale Christmas Basics. This was a 12x12 collection. I just fell in love with the cute little fairies holding all the little animals, and I hope that they're all different in here. So let's open this one up and check it out. And then we'll move along to our next vendor. All right, so I know it's not Christmas, but you never can have a Christmas thing. So you have all the sentiments on the back. I love that. We do get all the cute little fairies. Oh my god, these are so adorable. I love this. We have a snow globe thing on the other side. You have, I just love the colors. This like light lilac, not lilac, soft baby blue. And then look at these cute fairies. Oh my god, they're adorable. And then you have the blue pattern. You have polka dots and pink. You have these cute little stamps. Oh my god, you have a nutcracker. And then we have that, I forgot what the pattern is called. Buffalo Jack, I think it is. And then we have this. Oh, so we get 2 of everything. We get 2 of everything. Okay, I'm very happy. So I'm not gonna repeat. We got 2 of everything. Yay me. All right, okay. So that was everything from Tessler Crafts. So I'm gonna just put that off to the side. And then we can just keep shopping through my purchases. All right, so after Tessler Crafts, I went, and we're gonna take the corner, I went to Keep It Simple. So Keep It Simple, I didn't purchase anything during the event on Thursday because they didn't have any products that I was interested in. So what I did, I'm just making sure that I'm still filming. So when it was time to go shopping, I was very, very, very excited that they had new Disney collections because I already have all the other princesses that I purchased last year that I have yet to play with. So this year they had Toy Story, they had Rapunzel, and I did pick up Beauty and the Beast because they didn't have the 12x12 paper last year during the event, and they did this year. So I'm not going to take everything apart because I think they have everything on the back. Yeah. So let me organize this briefly. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the Belle one. So if you did not see my channel last year, they have Jasmine, Belle, and oh, there's a third princess, and Snow White. Yes, those three. So I don't think they have Ariel yet. And if they did, then maybe they're out of stock because I didn't see Ariel. Maybe I have Ariel, I'm not sure. Getting back to the point. So Belle, once upon a time, I got the 12 by 12 pack. I already have the 6 by 8 and the ephemera pieces. This one was $14.99. I feel very reasonable in the 12 by 12 paper. It's 12 sheets, 12 double-sided sheets, and I want to say the cardstock is thick. It's like probably 80 pounds, and these are all the images you have. So basically, think about this. It's like a digital print that they printed for you. That's how I view it. I do know that you can go on Etsy. I feel I saved the designer who created this, that you can purchase the printable and then print it on your own and have access to that for yourself. It's personal purchase only. You can't mass produce it, but I'm glad that they are selling it. So anyways, I got this one. And then they had Rapunzel. I'm so excited. So I'm gonna put this one off to the side. So Rapunzel is the same kind of concept. So this is a 6 by 8. She's just so darling with pastel. And so you can see all the different designs that they have here. You do have her, you have the lanterns, you have her flowers that she does. I feel like they're pretty basic in the sense that it could be used for everything. And if you just like the colors and you don't want her, you could definitely utilize a lot that's here. So I got the 6 by 8, which is $8.99. And then I got the 12 by 12, which is $14.99. So again, the same thing. And then you do get a cut apart on the back, which I guess I should have showed you for the Belle one, but I can't with that. I just can't. Now you don't have Flynn Rider. I've noticed that, but you do have the horse. So yeah. So I got that one. And then you do have an option for pre-cut dies. They do have stamps and dies. I don't choose those because I feel like this is going to be like, once I'm done with it, I'm not going to keep using it. But if you want to keep using it and you want the stamps to be able to make cards or whatever, then that might be something you want. But I like when they have these pre-done, because sometimes they just want the ephemera and then they have her in different things. Now I do have stamps from Sassy Club of Rapunzel, so you know, I might just use what I have and just mix them. But I just think Pascal in the dress is just hilarious. Then they have Adventure and Beyond, Buzz Lightyear, and Woody, and Toy Story. And I'm like, OMG. So what happened was, I'm going to tell you my story. When I went the first time, they only had the 6 by 8 and the ephemera pieces. And on my way out, after I was leaving Tessler Crafts, I passed by the booth. I just like to do my rounds just one more time. For some weird reason, someone put back a 12 by 12 and I grabbed it. And it was the last one. And I thank whoever did that because it made my heart very happy. So I went and purchased it. But to go back to the, the unboxing, so this one is the Toy Story one. You definitely have all the different designs here on the top and then at the bottom, and they're double-sided. So that's nice. So, oh, it's a 6 by 9. I thought it was a 6 by 8. It is a 6 by 9, and you do have cut aparts in the back. So that's kind of fun. I just like how they depicted the characters very kitty-like, and not too harsh on the illustration portion. Reach for the sky. And then this is the 12 by 12, obviously a bigger scale, but you know, the little Martian, so cute. So I really liked that I got my hands on these. And then these cut aparts are going to be different. Look, you have more of the characters. You have the little girl, you have Woody, you have little Bo Peep. So you definitely have different options there. And then you have this one here, all of the ephemera pieces. So you do have more characters in here that you can definitely utilize in your makes. I'm not sure if the stamp sets had all of these characters to play with, but again, I really feel like sometimes for $7.99 or $7.29, these are good to have. And you can always order them from the website itself. So that is everything I picked up from Keep It Simple. All right, so then we're gonna cross our little street here and we're gonna go to Brass and Bliss. Now, I only purchased a few things from them, and this was only during their Thursday night mega make and take, where they were one of the vendors participating in the event, and everything in their booth that they had that night was 50% off. Yes, 50. So I did not pay $15.95. Actually, for all these products, I only paid 40 bucks, which is crazy, banana crazy. So we'll show you this one first. This one had cute penguins on it. I couldn't resist the penguins, so I only paid $10 for this one, but it has some fun cute summer stuff, and we're here in Florida, so I got that. Then I came across this cute little set that's Halloween infused. Again, $16 was the retail price, and I only paid 50% of that. And these cute little monsters grabbed my attention, and they had a coordinating die, so I picked that one up as well to go with it. Then when I was approaching the booth, all the ladies that I was listening to were commenting about this Santa Claus, and it just caught my attention. I'm like, what about the Santa Claus are we so like wanting to hear about? And now I understand why. So this was 50% off, and I was able to get the stamp set and the coordinating dies to go with it. And I just love the stockings that you could basically put on a mantle, but you know, do not disturb, warmest wishes, have a sunny, jolly, good Christmas, gone to the beach, love Santa. So I just thought that was perfect for us Floridians here to have that to play with. So I picked that up, and then now we're going to, I mean, we can go across. I didn't get anything at these places. We can circle back around. I had everything from Echo Park they brought. Sorry about that, guys. I was about to cough. So I had everything from Echo Park that they brought, and I was like, there was nothing more that I needed, which pains me. But my mom was like, but that's a good thing, right? And so we're going to make our way to Scrappy Boy Stamps. So Scrappy Boy Stamps, oh my gosh. I was there on a mission, I will tell you this, for just the, what is it called? The X-Files stamp set that they had. I was just there for that. That's all I was there for. But during the mega make and take, they did not have that on their floor. They're like, no, it's in our booth. I'm like, okay. So I was like, let me walk around. Now, they did have a lot of product on the mega make and take event, and that event they had their stamps and dies for 25% off. Yes, you heard me right, 25. During the showroom floor event on Friday and Saturday, their stamp and dies were only 15. So I don't know if they do that at every location, but I do know that the past couple years that I've done both the mega make and take and the shopping event, I've noticed, and so therefore I do make it a point to wait as long as I can to come, because now you see why. OMG. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to share with you, for $7.99, they had the cute little tiny rings that we used during one of the classes at the mega make and take. I didn't know about this until after I did my purchase, so I bought this on Saturday during our my shopping run. So I picked these up to have on hand. On Saturday, here, let me just separate. Let's do this the right way, Michelle. Okay, on Thursday night, this is what I purchased. So on Thursday night, I was able to obtain on my own the, what is it called? Demon Hunters. Yes, Demon Hunters. They have a collection for Demon Hunters. I was like so stoked. Again, they had stamp set, but I'm like, I know I'm only going to use it once. And I only need so much. So I got the paper. So you definitely see all the paper concepts and the designs are all here. If I go through everything, we will be here for another hour. And I don't want that to happen to you guys. But if you want me to go through anything, please let me know. So you see all the paper here. It's a 6x9 double-sided paper pack. You get 4 of each double-sided paper. And then they did have the ephemera pieces, and so I had to get my hands on these. You do get a couple of each of the girls, which I'm very grateful for, and then the Sasha boys. So I'm so glad I got these. So I got this. I also have designs for shirts that I have been doing for my personal self, so I think I can just incorporate that. Then, to my surprise, which I had no idea this was coming, and they'd actually just posted this yesterday, they're coming out with a new collection. Oh my God, Supernatural. Yes, thank you. So I had to get one of everything, and I, again, didn't get the stamp and die set for the characters themselves, but I did get the stamp set of the haunted house. So I was a little like, do I really want to spend the money? But then I was like, Michelle, you could use this on other makes, you know, Scooby-Doo, haunted houses, just in general. And I'm like, yes. So I got it. So you can definitely see how big this stamp is. And then you get low sodium freaks, because you gotta put salt around to ward off the ghosts and the what do you call them? Not the devil, the demons. There we go. So what kind of house doesn't have salt? You know, that kind of whole concept. So if you're aware of Supernatural, the show, the TV show, then you understand it. But if not, that's okay. No big deal. So, oh my God, I did get the stamps. I don't know what I was talking about. So I got the stamps for the characters. I did not get the dies because I'm going to use my scan and cut for this. But I did get this. And so you have Carry On My Wayward Son. This is not your first apocalypse. So you have Sam, Dean, Bob. Yes, Bob. You have Castiel. I think that's his mom. And this one is Crowley. So then you have all the sentiments that go with them, and then you have, you know, all the stamps itself. Now I did get these because they have the cars in them, and the stamps that didn't have the car, as well as they're already colored for me, so it kind of gives me inspiration. And then you have the pie and the license plate, so I got that. So those were the ones I got, and then they had paper. I'm so excited. I was tempted to get 2 packs, but I'm like, no, Michelle, you just need one. You just need one. So here are all the different designs of the paper that you have here. I haven't seen this show in so long, so maybe I need to watch it after I finish my X-Files. But yeah, so we got that one, and then they had Stranger Things. This was the one I didn't get the stamps for. The only stamp set I did get was the background, and mainly because it is 2 separate pieces. So your alphabet is separate from your couch, and I felt like the couch scene I could definitely add into other makes. So I'm really glad they have those separated. But at the showroom floor, they do show you all their design team members, what they did with the product. So you get inspiration, and I believe you just ask them. You can take photos of it so you can just make sure you can refer to it later. But yeah, so I got this one, and then I did pick up the characters and the ephemera pieces because I felt like that was enough. But they did have the stamp set. It was 2 stamp set packs for all the characters because there's just so many. And I still have yet to see the last season. I know, I'm behind. All right, now we got the paper. There's just so much I want to tell you guys. So I got the paper. You can definitely see, again, all the different designs that you have on here. There's 6x9 sizing, 4 of each, double-sided. So you definitely have a lot to play with. And then on Saturday, I went shopping. I picked up more stuff. So I wasn't paying attention. I didn't know that they had a Goonies version. So I went and I checked out their area, and they had a map option with X marks the spot, but it's like a nested die. And so I picked this one up because I thought it would be cool to just use as a tag or ephemera piece. And then you can just get the X and just kind of draw your own kind of map kind of thing. Or if I'm using an atlas page, I can just get an X and just place it somewhere on the page. So I thought that was kind of cool. It kind of gives you a concept on the back. So I like that one. And then this is the ephemera pieces for all the characters of the Goonies. If you've seen that movie, it's from the 80s. Really, really good classic. So I got this one. You do get 2 of each character. And then they had the paper to go with it. But this paper is a 6x6. They did not have a 6x9 on hand. So I'm not sure if maybe it was just sold out. But you do have all the different designs here. So I'm sure I can just make something small, not a bigger book, but maybe a smaller book out of this with all the paper. So I'm really excited about that one. And then, of course, what I was there for, right? The one item I was there for and came home with all of that. So I just got the stamp set for the X-Files. I did get the paper when they did their clearance about a month ago. They didn't have any more paper there, but I'm very glad that I was able to get the stamp set. So I got that one. And then they recently came out, or will come out soon, but they had this available for the event, a new line of the what do you call it, Friends. So they currently have a Friends line now, but they're coming out with a second line with different stamp sets. So if you're a big Friends fan, this is something you want to look out for. I did pick up this card die of a couch. Again, I just felt like I can use it in multiple makes, and I thought it was pretty cool. They did have an idea to make a mini album out of it, which I thought was pretty cool. So I might dabble in that to see what comes of it. But this kind of gives you an idea of the concept of the die itself. So I'm really happy about that one. And then I picked up two of these. I got one for my friend and I got one for myself because I do still have a bit of friend stuff left over. And so I figured I would use this one for the things I have on hand. So I got this for myself, $7.99. And then I got her this one for $11.99, the larger one. So I will be shipping that to you, Robin. You know who you are. So this one is super cute. I just love it. And again, here are all the different images. I want to say this images is different from the first one that they came out with, but I could be wrong. I didn't pick up any from the first run of their collection line. So definitely want to look into that. All right, so that was everything I got from Scrappy Boy Stamps. I hope you guys are still with me. So now we're gonna go across the street and my rows here. I didn't purchase anything from these two locations, nothing from here. But we will go to, let's see what I have next. We will go to Scraptique. So I'm gonna show you what I picked up from them. And this was what I purchased from them during the Thursday Mega Make and Take. They had these for $5 a piece. And I want to say it was Scraptique because they were a part of the Mega Make and Take. They did have other stuff on their table. It was more of like fill a bag for $20 and whatever you can stuff in the bag is yours. But these kind of caught my eye because I guess the packaging, the colors, the concept, however you want to interpret it. But she indicated that if you had cash, it wouldn't be any tax. So it was like $20 for 4 of them. They did have a different color, a green one, but I just didn't grab my attention. So basically, I'm going to open one of them because I did not when I was there. But pretty much, they kind of have the similar aspects. You have some ribbon that's in that color combination, so white and black is this one, and then you do get a package of these rub-ons that are alphabet form, but each of these packages had a different font style or color. So this black one has this font style, and you can definitely see how that option is. But then if you went to this pink one, it's a pink font style, and the style of the font is, you know, different. The same thing with this red one, the font style was different. And then this blue one, you can't really tell, but the font style is like a white color. So you got these rub-ons, and she explained that the rub-ons alone were like $10, so you're already saving money there. And then all these things that are in here, you have the prongs that say my story, you have zipper pulls, you have buttons, you have brads, you have eyelets, you have stars. So a lot of different stuff in here, and I thought it would be perfect for junk journaling or just to add to my stash because, you know, I feel like we're more collectors than anything else. But I just liked the concept behind it. I mean, for $5, I thought it was worth it. So like I said, I got the pink one. This one has some ribbon stuff in it, so that would be kind of fun. And then you have more of a fuchsia color purple in here. But you don't have as many, I don't see any buttons, so I guess that's where that offsets that product. And then this one here, you have bigger buttons. You don't have any, oh, you do have a ribbon there, but you have a few. Like, I feel like this one has more than that pink one. And I'm kind of curious about this red one. crinkly. So this one has the same font as the black, but then I also have a second one of just letters or numbers, sorry, just numbers. So I feel like this one I got a lot for $5. So again, it just, you know, it depends on what you're looking for. You have little hearts in here of the brads or the eyelets. So if you see this and you're like, what is it? Now you know. But yeah, I really liked that whole concept. I did not see these at her booth the day of, but I wasn't looking for them since I already got them. So I'm not sure if this is like a, I guess, let's see how many we make and sell out of. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how that functions. But if you're at one of their at one of the Stamp and Scrapbook Expos, something to look into. All right, so we finished with Scraptique, and now we're gonna move down this row, and the next one is gonna be Elizabeth Craft Designs that I shopped at. So that one I purchased all these fun goodies. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, Creative Creations was not there, which I was very saddened by because I do buy a lot of their stuff, because they have a lot of 49 Market, Stamplistic, not Stamplistic, oh my god, what's the other name? There's another name that I can't remember at the top of my head. Anyways, then they have Elizabeth Craft Designs, and usually do buy three get one free, or buy two get one free, something like that. And I did not see Elizabeth Craft Designs do that on their coupons, so I was a little bit hesitant and afraid. But when we got there, they did have buy two get one free. And then of course the cheaper one was your free thing. So this again is where I'm circling back around to have someone with you, because these papers are not going to be the same value as these stamps and dies. And so I had my mom buy these for me. So I got two everyday ephemera, and then I got one free. So again, this is why I'm telling you, bring someone with you. Even if it's your kid, just bribe them. Tell them, you know what, if you help mom out or you help auntie out, there will be a good reward for you at the end. And give them a play date or something like that. We also got these free handmade by stamps, which I already have one, so I'm probably going to add this to my stash of freebies one day. So if you purchase something and you went on their QR code that they had at the event and signed up for their giveaway, which is ironic, giveaway, they gave you one of these with your purchase. So there wasn't, I believe, a dollar amount for this. It was just to sign up for their giveaway. So I'm not sure. I believe you have to purchase something, but anyways. So this year in 2026, there was a few releases that have already come out, and so I was waiting for those, one from Annette and one from David. So I was kind of looking, but again, I was there Saturday, not Friday, so a lot of stuff already sold out, which I was a little bummed about. But I was able to get my hands on these two new SKUs from Annette Green with the Everyday Memories, which is a new line with Elizabeth Craft Designs. So I got this one on the right, Calendar Elements. I want to say these are about $26, or yeah, something like that. So I want to say around 20 something dollars, because I don't see a barcode on this. And then this one again from the same line, it's called Busy Bee. So I just liked all the different options on here. And then this one, which I believe came out last year, Everyday Elements, still with Annette Green, was $23, but I never got a chance to get this one. So with the whole buy two get one free, this was my answer to that. And then the art journal collection and one from Everyday Memories, this is what I picked up. Again, trying to keep the whole buy two get one free kind of concept, and this probably went like this. You know, I don't know how they did it, but obviously the two cheaper ones were the ones that got knocked off. This one, Bloom file folder for their extra large art journal, I picked up because I feel like I can use these in my regular junk journals. I don't have to fold it. There's not a crease here, so I can just leave it as such, or I can fold it down, or I can add it to a flip flap at the end of my page. So I thought this was very versatile. It has a cute little pocket already created. It does have the fold there, so all you have to do is just bend it. And then you have this funky tag option here, and then the flowers to me were just bonus. but you kind of get an idea of what and how it's being used as such. But I thought that was kind of cool. So I got that one. And then this one is another art journal option. This one is the floral slots file folder. So again, same kind of concept. It's really made for their art journal. And you do have a tab, so again, it could be folded, or you can leave it as such, or you can attach it to the side of a flap. But I do like that. And then they do like this pocket option here, where you pretty much have the inserts already cut, so you don't have to worry about doing the slits. You do have a tab option here, and then you have all these pretty flowers. So again, I do like, you see how you can put your item in there, so I do like that concept as well. So I got that one. And then the last metal die I picked up was from the recent release in 2026, Everyday Memories with Annette Green. So this one I liked because it's a standalone, so you just have this big die here, so it kind of shows you what this craft paper is, and so you pretty much are adhering it to something. It's not like a page insert sort of thing, and then it has all these different components that you can again utilize. So I just thought it was different, and I thought I could definitely use it other than the Elizabeth Craft products is what I'm referring to. So I already showed you these, and then the paper that I picked up, this one is with David's, I believe so, right? Journal Ephemera. Maybe I'm wrong. If you have not seen this, I'll just briefly go through it. But I thought this was pretty cool. I'm glad that they're kind of doing something a little different. Is it glue? Yeah, it is glue. Okay. So I'll just filter through it, but you pretty much have like your cut aparts, and you just fussy cut around them. That's something that if you don't like fussy cutting them, then it's not for you. But I got one of these, which I'm glad I just got one, because I think that's enough. But then this one, I believe, maybe I'm wrong. So this one here is, again, the same sort of concept, but I think you get pages in here, or am I wrong? I am wrong. I, for some reason, thought that you had pages. All right, I was wrong completely. I thought that there were pages and then there were also ephemera pieces, but I probably was not paying attention during the live that they had. Shame on me. All right, well, anyways, I got two of those because I really like the color scheme to those. So I'll probably use those more often than the other one. But I definitely got these to play with later. And then now we're going to move. Yeah, we have a few more to go. We're going to move around. And so we're going to cross the way. Didn't get anything from here. Going up here, didn't get anything from here. And then I got something from the Eyelet Outlet. I always shop from this place. I feel like they have a lot of cool stuff. I probably have all their eyelets known to man because I buy them and never use them, but I think they're kind of neat. So some of the things I picked up, I got this eyelet here. Sorry. And it's a brad. It's not an eyelet. I got these brads here. They're like mannequin silhouettes. Hopefully you guys can see that. I think it's so cool. So I got that one. Then this one is cars, which I thought were different and neat. So I picked up that one. Then I found cute little unicorns. I think they're unicorns. Oh, they're horses. Sorry. I got horses. They just kind of remind me of My Little Pony. So I got those. This one here is compass. So I got those. These I've had before, but they're just so pretty. So I picked up another pack of these. These are #1 fan foams, and I thought they were adorable. So I got those. Then they had, which they didn't have before, they had these brads that had the gem on it. And I remember they had these like way back in early 2000. And so I wanted to get some on hand. So I picked out a few colors. I got this big pink one. I got this crystal purple one. I got this like soft white one. And then they had a black. So I got those. Now the prices for the brads, they all varied. Some were $1, some were $3. It just really depended on where they were placed. And then they had a section of all these ribbon for $4, which I thought was a good deal. So I picked out 4 that I liked. There wasn't a lot to choose from, probably because they're trying to get rid of their inventory. But this one has like a wrench and a, what do you call it, screws on it. This one has owls. This one has geese, I want to say, or ducks. And then this one is a butterfly. So I really like those. And then what I bought last year from them were these, what are they called? I forgot the name of what these are called. But they're not Teflon. I forgot what they're named. But you probably know what I'm referring to, and you're probably going to tell me in the comments, and I appreciate that. But anyways, I was thinking about using these for the spines of junk journals. I do have a few of Disney characters that I purchased last year that I have not yet tried out, but I didn't want to risk not finding these because the ones I purchased last year I didn't see. So I found this one that was of all the evil villain ladies. So I got this one. Then they had one that was Snoopy, and this was the only one there. So I was like, I need to get this one. Even though it's sports related, I just like the concept of it. So I picked up that one. Then this one was kind of different. It was a little, not sure my favorite, but I just liked how it had a little bit of all the Disney characters or movies. You have the Honey Pot, you have the Up, you have Toy Story, you have Stitch. You have 101 Dalmatians, you have Peter Pan, you have Aladdin. So, you know, you just have a variety of different options. So I got that one. Then I found this cute bee one, which I thought would be perfect for Winnie the Pooh. Then I found Elvis. Again, not sure what I would do with it, but if I did like a music book or something, I thought that would be kind of neat. I found one that was Marilyn Monroe. Again, just different. So I purchased that one as well, and these were $3 a piece. I found a different bee one, so again I had choices to choose from. This one kind of looks a little funky. It looks like a little distorted in some aspects, but I'm gonna roll with it because you never know. And then the last one I got was Care Bears because, you know, Grumpy Bear, he's just so cute. Because why not? I mean, I'm an 80s kid, so I got him. And then guys, the last place, I'm so glad you're still here, is Scrap That. Now, Scrap That, I usually buy a whole bunch of the paper, but I refrained myself this year. I did not buy a lot from them. I did find this cute Mr. and Mrs. Jolie's Boutique sticker. Since my daughter is getting married next year, I thought this would be cute to start building stuff for her possible album, so I got that one. And then when I was at the Simple Stories retreat last year in 2025, I wanted the Simple Vintage Woodlands collection, but it sold out before I could get my hands on it at the retreat. So I was like, you know what? It's just not meant to be. But then I found it. So I picked up the floral bits, the ephemera, anything that they had there. And I want to say these were like $2 and like 60 cents, something like that. But I just wanted to get my hands on them. So I got this one. It has a lot of ephemera pieces. This one has more of the florals and butterflies. I found the chipboard frames. So I thought that was awesome to be able to get that as well. And then I also found their paper pad. So I was very happy. I think the paper pads were 3 for $12. Or there was something like that. It was like if you bought 3, you got a deal. So I kind of like did everything in whatever bundle option they gave the pricing for, because you would save more, like a few dollars. So I got this one that was Simple Vintage Woodlands, and then I got Say Cheese Pooh Birthday because I don't have anything Pooh Birthday, and I figured, okay, this is a little bit of Winnie the Pooh that I could have birthday related. And then they had Classic Pooh, which I do have one of these, so I'll just add it to my stash, but I do want to have that on hand, just you never know when you need something. Then they had the stamps. I have this thing for Tracy Hay. I don't know what it is, and I feel like I don't have these. Hopefully I don't. If I do, I know I'll send this to my friend because she has a cute little wiener dog. But I wanted to get my hands on them, and they were only $2.60, so that's why I did that. They weren't $10. So I picked up those, and then they had Snap album options. I got them mainly for junk journaling. I do have a drawer full of these stuff, and am trying to pull them out and use them in my junk journals now that I know what I'm doing. I know, right? When you know what you're doing, it's amazing. So anyways, this one is life documented. It has monthly dividers, which I really like. And then you just basically put it in your book. That was $3. And then this one is, again, life documented, but basic planner inserts. And then it has different symbols on the sides. Or no, it does not. It just has the basic inserts. And this was $3. And then again, another promo, you buy 3 of the 12 by 12 collections, and it was for a cheaper product. So I did not see these by Fancy Pants. I don't know when they came out, that I was not paying attention, but these say, this one says 2023, the other two are 2024. But anyways, I fell in love with this one. This one's Beachside Boardwalk Collection Kit. I just gotta say, it is freaking crazy retro cool. So I believe down here all the different page images that it has. So that's what I would be looking at. Again, I don't want to take up too much more every time. We're almost done. This one's called Camp Wander Collection. And again, it just kind of gave me like Disney-ish vibes of like Fort Wilderness here in Florida. So I was like, yeah, I want that. So I picked this one up. And then the last one from Fancy Pants Designs is the Fairy Garden option. And again, it kind of gave me just, you know, a different vibe of fairies. And I don't know what it is this year, but I'm all about fairies. So I just love the color palette. It was muted, but not too vibrant, very subtle. And I just love the design concept. So guys, thank you for hanging out with me. I want to tell you, I still have 3 things to show you. If you're still here and still with me, let me just briefly show you. So the 2 make and takes I did were these 2 items. This one here, Sam, short for Samantha, which is my daughter's name. I did this at Be Creative. This was $6 to make. They provide you with everything you see here. So I was provided with a ceramic heart. They had 2 heart options. I could choose letters if I wanted to, or just fill it up with flowers. They did have an option for an ocean option. I opted for this one. I thought it was really pretty and subtle. So I did this. They pour all the resin in for you. That's what this is. And then they just cure it for 2 minutes, and then that's it. You walk around with it. So I will say that you might want to do this closer to the end of your day, because you will make sure that it doesn't move, even though it shouldn't. But that was just my take on it. We did this at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, right before our class at 2:30. So yeah, but I think that's kind of cute. My daughter loved it when I showed it to her, and I'm like, okay, but I need it back so I can show my friends. Then this was another make and take that we did at the Stamplistic booth. They actually had 2. This was the one my mom wanted to do, so we did it together. And this just a card that we created using their pre-stamped image, and then we fussy cut around. So again, if you don't want a fussy cut, and then we use their crystals as well. This was $5 for this make and take. They did have a second one at the Spellbinders location that if you did that one, you got to keep the embossing folder you used, which I thought was pretty cool, and that was $5. So we didn't do that one. My mom wasn't interested, but she wanted to do this one, so we did it together. And then the class we took was with Stamplistic, but it was their art anthropology line, and we basically were going to create these options here. The mold we were not able to keep, but we did walk home with all of this other stuff so we can finish the project at home, because the clay had to dry. So we were using the dry clay option that they sell in their shop and sell online, not something you can purchase at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. So if you're interested in this, something you want to do. So I was able to, I haven't finished them yet, but I was able to do 3 instead of 2. 3 molds out of the mold that they allowed us to use in class. So then we brought them home, and they're pretty much dry. They're very light. They actually feel like wafers. They're very light. And then we got like almost a whole brick of clay to play with. And then we created these using stamps, which I thought was pretty cool. And then pretty much these just dry. So now I just got to put my colorful touches on. They did give us a free option in class to test out. So that was the option we chose, to use our wax and our spray, which will go a long way after I'm done using them, and then told us how to basically assemble the stuff. So hopefully I'll have that done, you know, sometime this year, I guess. But anyways, that is it for me, guys. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Whether you listen to me at normal speed or if you fast forward me, I'm totally appreciative of that. And if you have any questions on anything I shared with you, let me know. If you want me to unbox or like take out of the packaging certain things that I did not, let me know. Like I said, I could have been here another hour. So again, I appreciate your time and hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. I will see you in the next video. You guys have a great rest of your day. Take care and have a safe week.